This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
The kids are back to school.
Wow, why are you this excited?
Well, because it was 2 weeks. It was a lot.
So your routine normally when you finish the show, you go home and you generally kind of have the place to yourself because Paul's at work, the kids are at school. But for the last 2 weeks, not 1 week for you, the last 2 weeks, you would go home to the kids just fired up and wanting all your attention.
Exactly. And it was great. And we had some good family time. But it's time to go back to school. It's time. It's time to get back to routines. But it's funny, I have a lot of teacher friends and family. My sister's a teacher, as you know, as well. And I came across this last night on Instagram from one of my teacher friends. Listen.
I don't want to go to work. I don't want to work tomorrow. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to work tomorrow. I just ain't trying to go to work. I don't want to work tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah, I like it. It feels very Miami, a little Cubano.
Yeah, I
It's
think
nice.
I think a lot of teachers are probably having the Sunday night scaries because it's like back to where they had the week off, right?
Yeah, the teachers love it just as much as
Yeah.
the students. You and I got to hang out this weekend, which is a rare treat. I mean,
Yes.
it's 4 times a year.
Well-
no more, often less.
We have not been consistent at all, but 2026 is going to be our year. It only took
Yes.
us 2 years.
And I mean, I tip my hat to you. You're the one who took the initiative to text me like a month ago. You were like, hey, let's get our quarterly booked. And we landed on a date. And the first thing Pooja said to me when I rolled into her place, I knocked on the door. She goes, I can't believe neither of us canceled. I was like, hi, good to see you. I'm like, that didn't cross my mind at all. She's like, I fully thought you were going to text me and cancel or that I was going to cancel. I'm like, you
There's
were going to
always
cancel?
something that
When was the
comes
last
up.
time you guys hung out?
Outside of work?
Yeah, when was your last
Our
quarterly?
last
that
quarterly
wasn't
was
quarterly?
probably a year ago. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Wow, the fact that we can't remember should
The
tell
last
you.
time I remember you talked about it is you went to Pooja's, she fell asleep, and you hung out with Paul.
Yeah.
Was that the last
I think
one?
I got as much time with the kids as I did with Pooja. This one was a big success, though, I will say. I got like a solid, almost 2 hours with the kids before they went to bed. Coffee the Pooch came over.
Yes.
There were tears shed, but there was also lots of laughter.
Oh my gosh, the kids loved Coffee and now they want it. They've always wanted a dog, but now they definitely want a dog. They're like, Coffee and Uncle Gurdeep are going to come every day. And I'm like, no, not every day.
And they also refer to Coffee by her full name, Coffee the Pooch.
Yes. I think I probably did that to them. And it made me want to get a dog as well because Coffee's so cute.
Coffee
It's
was
just hard
all
not
over you
to.
after the kids went to bed. She's partial to female, so it was me, you, and Paul hanging out on the couch, and she was like, yep, this is where I want to sit.
I think it's also because she could sense. She's like, you're a bad hugger. You need a little extra love.
She was trying to work, but you're so foreign in dog because you haven't had one that anytime Coffee did anything, you were looking at her like she was an alien. Like Steph, Coffee started getting up just to do the scratch, right? The scratching under the chin, and Pooja's like, what's happening?
The whole sofa was shaking.
She's like, everything's shaking. I'm like,
were you getting paranoid? Were you like, does she have fleas? I could see Pooja getting so paranoid.
I didn't even think of that.
Okay.
Don't worry, she does it.
Oh wow! No, it was good. It was really just nice to chill with a dog and pet a dog, and they're so
Yes.
warm. So
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
it. I totally get it.
Pooja was like, is she okay? Her belly's really hot. I was
Okay,
like-
there she
I'm
is.
like, yeah, she's fine. They always run a little hot. But I will say, I noticed a big improvement in seeing Bodhi because whenever the last time we hung out was, they were both terrified,
Right.
hiding behind Paul and asking to be carried. This time, Bodhi fully brave. Sia a little bit scared at first, especially when Coffee barked. But by the end, she
Right.
couldn't get enough.
And we couldn't get enough of Uncle Gurdeep. They want you there every day, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa! Slow your roll.
I'm glad I'm a hit because I know they're not a fan of everybody.
This is true. They didn't say we don't like him. That didn't
Yes,
happen
the
after you
kids are
left.
very odd. Can you imagine the second I leave, they're like, we don't like Uncle Gurdeep.
But we like Coffee the Pooch.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
It is Melba Toast Day.
Ooh, even bland foods get a day, huh?
It does taste a little cardboardy, but you can dress it up pretty nice.
Yes, there's stuff you can do with it. The first time I ever tried Melba toast was with a neighbor. They were having it and they were like, oh, you've never had Melba toast before? And I'm like, no, what is this? They were triplets and Portuguese family. And what they would do, and I don't know if this is a Portuguese thing or if it was just them, they would take the Melba toast and dip it in Cool Whip.
Oh.
And I was like,
How
what
fancy.
a weird combo, but it was delicious.
Well, yeah, I mean, you put Cool Whip on anything. Cool Whip, it's going to be good.
It was so good.
Melba, and I can picture it. It's not where my head would have gone. I used to have it with my mom as a kid. I would put jam on it.
Oh, yeah.
Jam on Melba toast.
Yeah.
And it was really, because it's very dry without Like it's straight you need like either a drink or some topping.
You got to dress it up.
Has anyone ever made a Melba sandwich, like a piece of Melba on the bottom, Melba on the top?
No, but I might try it later today.
My memory of Melba, and I haven't had it probably since like grade 6. It's very much viscerally tied to like grade 4, 5, 6. And I'll tell you, used to play hockey at recess with my friends at school, right? And there were 3 recesses, 3 periods. That's how we thought of it.
Three chances for me to stay inside and help the teacher out.
Exactly.
You know.
And there was a girl named Jacqueline who was really sweet. We were friends, but she at recess she just used to love watching us play hockey.
Oh.
So she would sort of just stand on the sidelines and watch us play hockey, and she'd have her Melba toast, and she'd always give me one. So like whenever I felt like at mid game, I'd just go over. I go, hey Jackie, this was our line. I'd go, hey Jackie, slap some Melba. And she would take one out, she'd slap it down on my hand, and then I'd be like, nom, 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 nom. I would go back and play.
Wow. Did you keep in touch with Jackie? That's a good friend.
I don't know. I haven't seen her since like grade 8. But if you say it's like slap some Melba, that was the line. That would take me right back.
Wow. That is, I thought maybe you were going to say like she was cheering you on. There was like, a cheer. But with Melba toast.
Slap some Melba. Melba toast, if you're listening, we should talk about that being your new slogan. Slap some Melba. I'll only charge a modest fee for the royalty.
Slap some Melba. I slap some Melba every day. It's my new cheat. Like now that I don't have chips, Melba toast gives me that crunch. And I dip it in.
Cool Whip.
No, but I don't think that's diet friendly. But I might go back to that. I dip it in Laughing Cow jalapeno cheese. Oh my goodness.
What's that?
When I tell you, it's so delicious. I can't, and the combo, I feel like I'm cheating. I feel like I got in my chips for the day.
Really?
It's great. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Well, when it's Laughing Cow jalapeno day, you have to explain to everybody what that is.
You got it.
Got this great text from Maria in Bowmanville. She texted in at 981-981 and says, I'm Portuguese and we never did that. Jam? Yes. Hot jelly pepper? Yes. Peanut butter and butter? Yes. Cool Whip? No.
No.
No Cool Whip.
We got to try it. You don't knock it till you try it.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI. The Daily Double.
With Pooja and Gurdeep.
So we got 2 stories you need to know. What do you have, Gurdeep?
Well, this is a sad one. Personally for me and for a lot of people in the GTA, an iconic Toronto music store shut its doors yesterday. It is very sad to see it go. Pooj, you and I have walked by this store 1,000 times when we both used to work on Queen Street West. After 6 decades in business, Steve's.
Oh, no.
Steve's Music Store. You know what I'm talking about,
Yes.
right? On the south side of Queen, you'd always see it there, just close to Spadina.
Pretty iconic.
Yeah, it's been there for so long. I didn't realize there's multiple locations in Ontario and Quebec. There'll be one store that remains. Its flagship location, I didn't realize, is from Montreal. So the Montreal location is going to remain. The rest of the Ontario and Quebec stores are shutting down. No surprise, this is largely due to fledgling sales because of online competition. It opened up in 1965 in Montreal and 1977 on Queen Street West, right in the rise of punk music. I have very fond memories of taking the TTC downtown as a teenager with my brother and my cousin, walking along Queen Street West, grab some street meat.
Yes.
And then we would go inside Steve's Music Store, and before I bought my first guitar, you'd pick up a guitar there, you'd start playing it. Famously, their motto was try before you buy. Like, they actually encouraged you to come in and play an instrument, because it was so different when you got to hold it and feel the weight of it and feel what, how do acoustic strings feel on your fingers versus electric strings. And how long is it going to take me to build up calluses? I always wanted calluses on my hands to show I was a guitar player. And now that's not there. You can't walk in and hold it and experience it, that tactile experience. It sucks that is now gone.
Which is surprising to me because, I know there's all these arguments for people are shopping online and brick and mortar is not what it used to be. But a shop like that, one could argue like buying a guitar online is not the same. It's not going to be the same.
My thought exactly. You even look at the stores that are successful in malls still, and it's tactile experiences. It's like Nespresso going in and trying a coffee, or like a Tesla store sitting in a Tesla. Steve is going to continue to operate online. And it's kind of a bigger problem on Queen West since last year. About a dozen businesses that have shut down along Queen West last year. But Steve's, we will miss you. I will pour out a Perrier for you because I don't really drink much anymore. So yeah.
Cheers with your Perrier.
What do you got?
So if I told you that you were eating cereal wrong your entire life, according to an etiquette expert, would you believe me?
No, and I'm gonna poo-poo this story even before I've heard it.
You should. I feel like it's an early April Fool's joke, but it's real. According to a professional etiquette coach William Hansen. That's his name. Look him up.
Sounds very fancy. Should we have been using a fork?
Yeah.
I'm joking. No, stop it.
Yeah, he
Get
put
out
it.
of
He
here.
put it on
No.
Instagram. It's gone viral. Here's how to eat breakfast cereal according to him. Pour your cereal, add your milk of choice, and then with your dominant hand, hold your spoon.
I was joking.
And with your non-dominant hand, hold your fork.
What? Two-handed?
Yeah. And the idea is to use your fork to push some of the cornflakes, let's say if that's what you're eating, onto your spoon and then eat from the spoon.
Why do you need help doing that? Using the spoon is sufficient at picking up cornflakes and milk.
It's not like it's spaghetti and you're trying you don't want to make a mess and that's why you need the spoon with the fork. Like, that's not what this is. The comment section went wild. Of course, it went viral. Someone wrote, I can't tell if this is rage bait or not. Others saying, you absolutely do not need a fork and this is ridiculous. Hansen, by the way, he has worked in 6 royal households. He's the author of a 2025 book called Just Good Manners.
So this is how Will and Kate are eating their cereal?
I don't know. He really looks at the differences between British and American manners. I don't know if this is like something that he's been doing in the UK and then now he's bringing it here, or if this is just ridiculous and only etiquette experts know this and nobody else is doing this.
Guys, Seinfeld already did this. They ate their Mars bar with a knife and fork. We went down this road. This is even more ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
We don't need it.
He also says you shouldn't judge people. So,
well, we're judging
he's
you, Raphael Quinston. What's his name?
William Hansen.
Yeah, whatever.
And we're changing your name. So there.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
So my son, Bodhi, he's 3.5. He's just, he's saying the darndest things, doing the cutest things.
And he's so cute.
So cute. But he did something that was adorable, but also something that I'm not sure I want to keep going. Like, I don't want this to become a thing now.
Uh-oh.
And he did this over the weekend, and then he did it again yesterday. So
Whoa.
It's starting to become a thing. He was just like staring at my face and he was like, just like being really cute. And he's like, I love you, Mama. And I was like, I love you too.
He is obsessed with you. I gathered that from being at your place on Saturday. I mean, both your kids are, but Bodhi especially.
Yeah. And I'm equally obsessed with both of them. But anyway, he's like, I love you, Mama. I'm like, I love you too. And then he like went in to give me a kiss, which was really cute. But then he kissed me on the lips.
Oh, whoa,
And I was
whoa.
like, oh, okay. That's
He
different.
planted one right on your lips.
Yeah, and it's cute, and he's my son, and it doesn't matter, and it's all good. It's just that I don't kiss him on the lips, so I don't know where he got this from. And I was like, oh, maybe he just missed. And then he went in for another kiss, and I like turned my cheek.
In the same sequence?
Same
Oh,
sequence.
he went back for more.
And then I turned my cheek, and he was like, nope. And he like went and found my lips. And I was like, okay, very cute. And then yesterday, I picked him up from school, and I was like fastening him into his car seat, and I was really close to his face. And he's like, I love you, Mama. I'm like, I love you too. And I thought he was just going to give me a kiss on the cheek. And nope. Went
Stuck
for the
one
lips.
in.
Yeah.
Wow. Where do you think young Bodhi learned this behavior?
I'm not sure. And it's like, it's fine. He's a kid. Who cares? It's not a big deal. However, is it going to be one of these things where this becomes a thing and then now he's 21, he's leaving for university and he kisses his mom on the lips?
Okay.
Is that what's going to happen?
Well, I was just about to say, before you said that, I was just about to say, what's the harm with this? It comes
No
from a
harm.
good place. But you just played it out. I mean, yeah, you want to nip this in the bud at some point. Like, what is the statute of limitation on kissing your parents on the lips? Like
There are people who do it well into their adult years and they are fine with it and you do you. But it's just like, I grew up in a household where we didn't see any affection whatsoever. So I've actually said to my husband, in front of the kids, we should be a little bit more affectionate. They should see what a loving, healthy relationship looks like with
Okay.
affection.
That's good.
Because there's nothing wrong with it.
So this is where he learned it then.
You think that's what it is?
Well, I'm guessing he saw Paul lay one on you, and then he's like, oh, I'm going to do that.
Oh, maybe.
It's got to be.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't know. And if it starts, is there a point in which you can stop it? Like, is there a certain age where you're just like, no, don't kiss
That's
me
what
on
I'm
the
saying.
lips?
What is the statute of limitations on it being okay? I'm not a parent. I'm just going to think of this on the spot, make it up. And Steph, feel free to chime in. I'm going to say like 8.
8?
8. After 8,
On
maybe
your
it's
8th
weird.
birthday, I'm like,
Like
listen.
after grade
Listen,
3?
I'm going to tell you, Ezio was like Bodhi, so affectionate, but I never kissed my kids on the lips. My brother did that with his kids. I never did that ever. And Ezio never did that, but he was so affectionate. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to get hugs forever.
Yeah.
And he's 13 and he wants to be nowhere near me anymore. And I'm like, remember when he used to just crawl in bed and you'd be like 5 minutes? No, it doesn't happen anymore. So I think in teenage years when they're with their buddies or they start liking girls, they start having like different feelings. They don't want to be near you because then it's weird.
So it takes care of itself.
I think it takes care of itself.
Yeah. I was also like, I was Ezio. I was that kid. Like I was so affectionate with my mom, like hugging, getting in bed with her, just like watching her soap operas with her because I wanted to be close to her. But then,
brushing her hair, braiding it, all of the things.
Look, this is why I know how to do French braids. But it just took care, like Steph said, it took care of itself at some point. And now I'm affectionate with my mom. When I see her, I give her a hug. I give her a kiss on the cheek or a kiss on the forehead because she's tiny.
Right.
But yeah, I think you don't have to worry about it.
So just like let it be. Like don't say anything. Don't be weird about it. Don't turn my cheek. Just like go for it.
If you see him going in for kisses with everybody else, maybe address it. But
the only time I'd be concerned, and I don't think it'll get there, but if he starts slipping you the tongue.
Why did you have to make it awkward and weird? No.
He doesn't have kids and it's Gurdeep.
Gross.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
It is cleaning week. We should probably do this all year long. Let's each share a little cleaning hack because I think we're both passionate in different ways.
Yeah. I mean, mine is one of those that it just works and I don't know why it works. So don't ask me about the science. But have you ever gotten makeup on your collar? I know back in the days when you used to wear makeup.
It's funny. I'm not being facetious. Yes, I have because, we used to wear makeup.
So annoying because like if you take off a sweater or whatever, then you got this ring of makeup around the collar. Apparently, and I have tried this, it does work. I've tried it on other parts of the garment as well. You use shaving cream. Shaving cream. I don't know why it works, but you use shaving cream. You just literally like foam it onto the collar. You use a brush and you can just brush it right, like to scrape off all of the makeup, let it sit for a bit and then throw it in the wash. Gone.
Oh, so you don't like shave it off?
No, there's no razors are used.
No razors? What? That's not where I thought you were going to go with that.
I think it's like, something about the foam helps somehow.
How long do you got to leave it on for?
Just leave it on for a bit, at least like 20 to 30 minutes, and then throw it into the wash.
So shaving cream, saturate the stain.
Use a brush,
scrub it a bit, and then put it in the wash?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, are you going to try that?
I mean, I don't really get makeup on colors anymore, but I do get like...
Well, not your own.
Hey now.
What's your cleaning
I haven't
hack?
had one of those in a while. Mine is one I learned recently from my friend Barinder, and it's great, and I swear by it, and I recommend it to everyone. Vinegar as fabric softener.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, it is such a game changer for my towels, my shirts, pants, anything you wash comes out so soft. I've never actually used fabric softener before, so I didn't really know. I don't want to add more chemicals, whatever, right? But here's the key. You you put in your detergent or your pot or whatever you're using. You don't put in the vinegar right away. So you start your load. In the last sort of like 20 minutes of your load, kind of in the rinsing portion.
Right.
You open up the compartment, and where the fabric softener compartment is, put in a little bit of vinegar. Like, I put in maybe like a quarter cup of vinegar or whatever. Not much.
Okay.
Depending on the size of your load. Close it. It'll go through the rinse cycle, and man, oh man, your clothes come out so soft.
Really?
Yeah.
Like there's a noticeable difference.
Noticeable difference. Everything. Towels, sheets, shirts, pants, even undergarments, you name it.
Wow. Okay.
You got to try it. Just regular white vinegar.
Okay. So I'm going to do the vinegar hack. You do the shaving cream hack.
Yes, but just make sure you don't put the vinegar at the beginning because apparently it negates the detergent. That's why
that
you have
would
to put
be
it towards the end.
that could result in a big mess.
No, not a mess. It just like negates the effectiveness of the detergent.
Oh, okay. You don't want that to happen. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, there you go. It's cleaning week.
Hey.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
So it's spring cleaning week, which, one could argue that you're probably doing this every week for some time. Aren't we always cleaning?
We are, but I guess it's the first full week of spring. So this is where you sort of say, okay, time to spring clean. And look, I live alone. So I do the spring cleaning, the fall cleaning, the winter cleaning, the summer cleaning. Coffee the Pooch, I love her to death. But she's not really contributing much in my household.
No.
My division of labor is 100% me, 0% coffee tea Pooch. But I do wonder for people who live with a partner like yourself, Pooch, what is the division of labor in your household? How did you guys decide that? How does that come to be?
It's so weird because I don't remember there being like a discussion about it. I bet you if you asked Paul, he would say like, "Oh yeah, we talked about it." But
He's a lawyer. He remembers.
Yeah, he just does certain things and I do certain things. And I think it just sort of maybe it like lends itself to like, what you're good at. I don't know.
Would
like,
you say it's like 50-50?
I would say it's 50-50. Like, I think that...
Wow, the way your emphasis there tells me it's not.
I feel like, he does the groceries. I put them away. I also make the list.
That's not 50-50.
What do you mean?
What you're doing doesn't require you to leave the home. You just make a list.
You know how much time
put
it
them in the
takes to
fridge.
make a
He
list?
has to go get them and shop and pick them up and
then he
them
just
home.
comes home and puts them on the counter, and then they end up in the fridge and in the pantry somehow. Because I do that part.
Yeah, he's getting the short end of the stick on that deal. You said
I throw stuff in the garbage. He takes it out.
But you both throw stuff in the garbage. He doesn't hand his garbage to you.
Now I am remembering. We did have a discussion about garbage specifically, and I said, "I'm not doing the garbage. You're doing the garbage." I just gave him the garbage.
You said something to me off air a couple of hours ago, and I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you to repeat it. We talked about gas prices being up very high, and you said, "Oh yeah, I had to fill up gas yesterday." And then what?
Well, I told Paul to go fill up the gas for me.
Yeah, you realized I better fill up before prices jump.
Well, because
you told Paul to go.
He was out doing the groceries in my car, so while he was out, I was like, "Can you give me some gas? Because the prices are going to go up."
Inception of labor. He was already doing one task, and you gave him another task.
I mean, just like, is that considered division of labor? Is putting gas in your partner's car?
Well, yeah, because it requires you to leave the house. It's your car. He's got to fill up his car and your car.
He was already out in my car. And then while he was out, I was like, while you're there, get me some gas.
I'm seeing a pattern here. Let me ask you this. Are there any tasks in your division of labor that require you to physically step outside of the house? Or are they all done from the comfort of your pajamas in your kitchen?
It's cleaning your home, which happens in your home, and I'm home. So yeah, I do a lot of stuff in the home. He does a lot of stuff outside of the home. It's pretty fair, 50-50, for sure.
Does not sound 50-50 to me. It sounds like Paul's getting a real screw job.
You think so?
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what. If you are the Paul in this scenario, and not to attach genders to it, but I think it's going to be a lot of dudes who are getting the short end of the stick. If you're the one getting the short end of the stick in your division of labor in the household, we want to hear from you.
Do you consider mental load part of the division of labor? Because I have majority of it.
Mental load? Can you put that in the washing machine?
All the things that I have to think about, that the house requires, all the supplies, all the things for the kids and the birthdays and all that stuff I have to do. So I think that counts.
Okay,
like that weighs heavily.
That's a fair point. That is a fair point. But then you send Paul to, hey, it's someone's birthday. Go buy a gift. Are you the one getting...
This is true. You're right.
Right?
Yeah.
Are you the one getting the short end of the stick in your division of labor in the household? We want to hear from you. It'll feel good. You can vent. Okay. Bonnie from Etobicoke, are you getting the short end of the stick in the division of labor in your household?
Well, like I said, I have 3 teenagers, so I have to organize all of their lives, basically.
Yeah.
And when there's cleaning in the house to be done, I typically do it without being asked. And then if I'm going to start delegating, I have to do the work and then work with resistant people and try to get them to help me. So...
Not the resistant people.
I have a few resistant people in my home, and they haven't figured out the concept of put it back, don't put it down. So I'm walking around behind 4 people who put stuff down and not putting it back.
Okay, so I'm assuming 3 of them are your teenagers. The 4th is your partner. What's the slack your partner picks up in the division of labor?
Well, he does come home and cook dinner if I'm not home. We both work full time. So he does come home and he'll cook dinner and he'll make food for the kids or whatever.
That's all she can think of. Bonnie's like, I do everything. Sometimes he cooks dinner.
Is he a good cook?
Yes.
Is he a good
He
cook?
has a problem with when he finishes dinner, the plate goes on the counter. It doesn't make it into the dishwasher.
It's right there.
Okay.
I don't understand that.
Got it. So basically, you're the Paul of the household, and he's the Pooja.
No, that's not what Bonnie said.
Bonnie, thank you so much for the call.
All right, have a great day.
I'm going to start making a list of the resistant people in my life, and you're going to be on the top of it, Gurdeep.
Wow, ahead of Paul?
Yes, you're resistant.
Ahead of your 2, 3
to
and a half year olds?
everything I say, almost.
Man,
yes.
I mean, that's like kind of a badge of honor, actually.
You're like, thank you. Sarah from Innisfil, are you the one getting the short end of the stick in the division of labor in your house?
Well, I have to deal with 2 little kids who have temper tantrums constantly every morning, starting from 6 in the morning.
Yep.
And I have to work and do the groceries and cook and lunches.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. What does your partner do?
He does everything outside, actually.
Oh, so like my house.
So this is this is like your house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it feels
That's what it reminded me of when I was listening this morning. So I had to call.
And I think that it doesn't sound like a lot when you just talk about the indoor stuff, but I think collectively all of like the fact that your brain is constantly having to think about these things so that you don't run out of something, or that, you know, the kids' project is done or whatever it might be.
I stress out. I have to know what I'm cooking for dinner every single day.
Yeah.
Or I have massive anxiety over it.
You know what it is, Sarah? It's just that I'm noticing a pattern with Pooja. Like as a kid, she didn't go outside for recess. And now as an adult, she doesn't go outside to do any labor. I'm like, go touch grass, Pooja.
I mean, they do say those first 5 years, you know, it's formative. Yeah, that's the way it works.
My husband's like, you know, you can cut the grass. And I was like, well, you can make some dinner too. Make lunches.
Sarah,
and deal with the screaming.
Sarah, thank you so much for the call. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
I think we're also allowing people to vent, right?
Yeah, it just feels good. Get it off your chest.
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain to your partner. You can complain to us about it.
We're free therapy is what we are.
All right, another call here. This is Michelle in Mississauga. Are you getting the short end of the stick in the division of labor?
So I do groceries. I put the groceries away. I prep the meat. I make the sides. He barbecues. I clean. What else? I do the animals, the pets.
Oh.
I do the cat litter. I walk the dog. I pay the mortgage. I pay the taxes. He pays condo fees.
Wow. Michelle.
So, yeah, you thought only dudes were going to call Gurdeep. How about that?
We haven't had a single dude call, so I stand corrected. Maybe, do you think there's dudes who are just too afraid to call because they're going to make the call? Like if their partner's going to hear it?
Their partner's going to hear it, and they'll be like, excuse me.
Yeah, all the eye rolls. You're going to hear an eye roll somehow. That's what's going to happen. Michelle, thank you so much for the call, and I'm sorry that you do so much. Get some help.
You know what? I actually don't mind it. I love doing it. I take care of people.
Nice. Have a good day.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful day. Love you.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI. The Daily Double.
With Pooja and Gurdeep.
All right, we've got two stories you need to know. What do you have, Gurdeep?
Okay, so the Blue Jays open up their regular season this Friday against the Athletics at Rogers Center, and the good vibes, they just keep on flowing. Yesterday, the Jays announced that they're extending general manager Ross Atkins, fresh 5-year contract that'll take him to 2031. And at the same time, they announced they're extending manager John Schneider for a couple of more years, taking him through 2028.
Okay.
No surprise, because, you know, when teams are successful, these things happen. You get extensions, and the Jays literally went as close as you could get to winning the whole dang thing without winning the whole dang thing last year. 94 games and a trip to they won 94 games and went to the World Series last year. Now, Atkins was hired in 2015. I had to double check this because I cannot believe it's been 11 years of Ross Atkins. I still remember Alex Anthopoulos and him leaving, and what a big story that was.
And that's what we got close to.
Yeah. And so Atkins came on at the same time as President Mark Shapiro. They were a package deal from Cleveland. Shapiro also extended quietly last year. He's here through 2030. What sticks out to me aren't the extensions themselves. It's how quickly things change in sports. You go back a year ago, Atkins and Shapiro, there was an unfortunate nickname people would throw out when they were referring to both of them. I won't repeat it. They were not loved in the city because the Jays had underachieved throughout the last 10 years, and everybody wanted them gone. You look at the Leafs, they went to the second round, almost beat Florida, Game 7, Trey Living, Berube, everyone's like, yeah, good times. 1 year later, everybody wants Trey Living and Berube fired with the Leafs. And Shapiro and Atkins, guess what? We love them all of a sudden, and things are good. So much changes.
I think nobody wants to mess with whatever was happening, the juju, whatever you want to call it last season. Like, just rinse and repeat and make it better. That's it.
And it makes you wonder, imagine a year from now, what will the vibes be? How will things change?
Good point. Okay, so do you have a tattoo, by the way?
I don't know. Do I?
Pretty sure you don't. I know that your mom has one. Your brother has some.
I do have one on my lower back. It's a butterfly. Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, okay.
No.
How about this? If you have a tattoo and you're listening, did you put a lot of thought into it? Because for me, I always think like tattoos involve so much planning and like, you know, there should be something symbolic about it or meaningful. But that's an old school way of thinking about tattoos because there's a new survey that's proving that's wrong. A recent poll of 1,000 adults with tattoos found that 30% of them were spur of the moment decisions.
Just a willy-nilly tattoo?
Like with friends on vacation. On vacation. They got one that says vacation.
I'm all for spontaneity, but I wouldn't be brave enough to do this. Maybe because I have no ink. I think once you've already got a few, you probably put thought into your first few, and once you have so many, then you're probably like, yeah, sure.
What's the harm in, a piece of salmon? Let's put salmon on our arm. Why
I remember
not?
Ed Sheeran, who has so many tattoos, he famously allowed one of our former colleagues to spontaneously tattoo him on air.
Oh, that's
and she
right.
wasn't even a tattoo artist. He just let her do it.
Yeah, I should also say this. 25% of those surveyed also said they regret their tattoos. So maybe it shouldn't be a spur of the moment decision.
You know I love Venn diagrams, right? If you Venn diagram people who spontaneously got a tattoo and then Venn diagram people who regret their tattoos, I bet there's a lot of overlap with those two circles.
This is true.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Oh, let's give multiplication a standing ovation. Isaac Newton multiplied a couple times two, times two, times two, times two. It's simple, it's breezy, it's fun and it's easy. So buy a calculator and study this stuff later. Maybe someday you can multiply numbers 2, 3, 4, 5. Recess!
Wow, nothing Pooja liked in their math and recess.
And easy? What do you mean easy? And can we use a calculator? Because I don't think you're going to let me use a calculator for this.
I always
Can
say...
we use a calculator?
No, you may not. I always say you guys are going to do so well in the quizzes. This one, I'm not sure. It's math day, guys. It's a math quiz. I'm sorry.
Why are you doing this to us?
I got into radio to not do math. Just FYI.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
I never did well in math, and there's a reason why I don't have a profession that involves math.
Usually the scores are like 6-5 in this game. You got to mix in the odd, like 2-1, you know?
Okay. And it's a part of the brain that I don't use. And
Right.
if you don't use it, you lose it.
And I don't want to use it.
I don't want to. Why are you doing this to us?
Here we go.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Getting a lot of heat from this side of the room. It's math day. You
Don't
can play,
expect clear answers.
You can play along at home. Okay, Pooj, we're starting with you. Pooj,
yes.
What number is considered unlucky in North America?
13.
This isn't math.
Take it up with Fishtopher, guys.
Okay.
Love you, Fishtopher. By the way, Fishtopher, I stand by your quiz. Steph, your first question. In a standard deck of cards, how many cards are there?
I don't know.
Really?
I don't.
It's common knowledge.
56. I don't know.
52.
I don't know how many cards
Pooj
are.
got too quickly. Now who loves math?
Did you play 52 pickup?
No.
Oh, okay.
Don't play with it's a horrible game. If you have an older sibling, they probably made you play.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, Pooj, back to you.
Okay.
You got a quick 2-0 lead here. Okay, this question you're going to hate, Pooj.
Okay.
I'll go nice and slow.
Yeah.
If you had 3 quarters,
Okay.
2 dimes,
Okay.
and 1 nickel, how much money do you have?
Okay, 3 quarters, 75 cents, yeah. And then
2 dimes and 1 nickel.
85, 95, $1. Oh my gosh. Whew, I'm sweating.
Can I just quit right now? Well, I'm ahead. One question, I'm out.
You might as well. You're pretty far
Oh,
behind.
yeah. I told
3-0
you.
lead is unprecedented.
Sweating.
Steph,
Yeah.
you'll like this one. Ed Sheeran famously named several of his albums after math terms. Can you name 2 of those albums/math terms?
One was divide, and one was like times. One was plus.
Okay,
Oh, thank
One
gosh.
was equals.
yes. Plus,
Oh, yes,
multiply,
that's
divide,
right.
equals, subtract.
Oh, divide.
So, you got it.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, you're on the board, Steph.
Oh my gosh.
Pooj, back to you here. What is the square root of 64?
8.
Wow, where did that come from?
Says she doesn't use her math brain. She lied.
I hate math.
You can have this one, Pooja. I'm just going to give it to you anyway.
It's hurting my brain.
Steph, to you here. You order a pizza cut into 8 slices. You eat 3 of those slices. What fraction is left?
5/8.
There you go.
I'm glad you got that
Making
one.
it respectable. All right, Pooj, back to you here.
Okay.
What is the only even prime number?
Oh, I don't know.
What is the only even prime number?
I don't even know what prime number means.
Yeah.
I'm going to, you gonna guess?
Okay, if neither of you guys know what a prime number is, I'll tell you. A prime number is a number that's only divisible by 1 and itself.
That helps.
Pick a number.
I'm going to go pass. Okay, so just pick a number?
Yeah. It's an even. You know, it's an even number. So.
Okay, let's go 2.
Oh, that's
2
what
is
I was
correct.
going to choose.
Wow.
Pooja
That was my choice.
has a horseshoe on her person. Pooja is 4 for 4.
Oh my God.
The girl who
that's
hates
so
math. Steph, to you here. What is 15%
No.
of $100?
Oh, $15. I hate
Let me
percentage.
finish
I
the
don't like
question.
No, I
percentages.
can't.
Okay, but you got it right.
I
Stop
know.
complaining, you
Oh,
do.
my phone
Good
for
Lord,
it.
man, you two are so
I
whiny.
feel like throwing up.
I know I can't.
Pooch, what is bigger, 1/2 or 1/3?
1/2.
That is correct.
Oh, you
They
take
got-
too long to answer.
Fun story, they got this wrong in America with the quarter pounder.
Oh, right.
Burger
You
King
told
came
us
out with
the
the
story.
third pounder, and dumb Americans thought that a third that
Was
was
less.
like, yeah, because it's, yeah, anyway.
Number
Took
3.
me a minute, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Pooch, you're doing really well here. You're up to 6. Steph, your last question here. How many donuts would you end up getting if you ordered a baker's dozen?
13.
That is correct. You made it respectable in the end. Final score 6-4,
I don't want
Pooch.
it.
Vegas odds makers are paying out big here.
You can keep it,
And
Pooch.
guess what, Pooch? With that win, you have now pulled into a tie with Steph. 12 wins apiece. How'd you guys do at
You're
home?
such a math nerd, Pooja.
mathlete.
guys, let's never do this again. Can we make a pact right now?
Christopher's driving in right now. Christopher, great job, buddy. You nailed this one.
No math on the show.
More math.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
My best friend just bought a dumb phone.
A dumb phone?
Yeah, like one of those old school little Nokias that just plays like Snake and a couple of basic games and has very little functionality, like tiny little dot matrix screen.
Oh, I didn't realize they call them dumb phones. So like the stuff that we just did growing up in the 90s is now considered dumb?
Yeah, now they weren't called dumb phones at the time. They're only called dumb phones now with the hindsight and benefit of smartphones.
Right,
Now they
'cause
seem
they
dumb.
were-
They seem basic.
They were basic, but like we didn't need anything more, did we?
And as an aside, do you know, like I'm sure 15, 20 years from now, the level of AI that's going to be out, the ChatGPTs and Claudes of the world, will be probably calling that like dumb AI.
Yeah.
Which is scary.
They'll
'cause
call it
it's
the dumb phones.
Yeah.
Instead of, we'll go from dumb phones to dumb phones.
dumb phones.
And what's the reason? Why is it catching on?
So, I mean, it's catching it. So we all laughed at him first when he showed us, but now I'm actually a little bit jealous and envious. So he has 3 kids and a wife and a mother-in-law, and he, I guess, just really is making an effort to stay present. He's also not on Instagram. He's only on Facebook. So he's like, I don't really do a lot of the stuff online. Like he doesn't have a job where he has to post stuff on social like you and I do.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just finds it keeps him present with his loved ones.
Oh
and
my gosh, I'm so envious of this life.
And he weaned himself off in a really interesting way. So he had both phones for a while. So we were like, are you really simplifying your life? Like you've got a dumb phone and a smartphone now. But
Does he have a pager too?
Yeah, right. More and more he's weaning himself off his smartphone and using it less and less. I think he may just outright cancel it soon. He's really using the dumb phone quite a bit.
But there was something to it. Like I felt so cool when I had like the flip phone. Did you ever have a flip phone?
I did.
There was something about it. And I had something that I think it still exists, like the company still exists. But do you remember Qualcomm?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that hits a...
I had one of those phones and it had like a little antenna that you
So
would pull
dainty,
up.
the
It
antenna.
was so dainty. And then literally the functions were the numbers. There was like send and like end. And I think there was like a power button.
And yeah.
And that's
Or
it.
like the send was also the power button. You had to hold it really
Yes.
hard, turn it on or off.
Yes.
And it didn't get reception very often. You had to, it was like the Bundys when they were trying to get like watch Fox. They had to all stand in a certain position to get the
If you were
signal.
driving and you saw a car with an antenna on the back, you're like, oh, they've got one of those cell phones in their cars. It was so cool to have like a car cell phone.
Totally. And I remember with my flip phone, it had like predictive text. So you'd send people messages, but like, you know, you had to like, do you remember predictive text? You had to like press like 5 3 times to get a certain letter.
Yes.
Like, but your brain got so good at doing that. Like that was how we learned how to text initially before we had like a full letter keyboard.
This is true.
It was just wild, man.
Do you think young people are listening to this right now going, whoa, your life was so hard before?
Or they're like, these 2 boomers, what are they talking about? There's something very innocent when you think back about that time.
I don't know. Would you consider getting a dumb phone?
I think because of what we do for a living, no, it's not realistic for you and I because we have certain obligations and things we have to do, and it doesn't behoove us to be unreachable.
Yes. I will even say, I even use my notes app. I use my notes app a lot on my phone. What would I do with a dumb phone? Just like get a like pad of paper?
You know, here's the thing. In 20 years, when you and I hang them up, or we're told to hang them up, if we go back to like the
You're
phones...
giving us 20 years? Wow.
All right, maybe 5. We'll go back to the phones that are being used now, and they'll seem kind of dumb,
This
but
is
still
true.
functional based on whatever the heck is going to be out in 5 years when people are communicating through microchips in their head.
Mm-hmm.
And this will seem dumb, but we'll still have some functionality.
Okay.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
The Daily Double.
With Pooja and Gurdeep.
Got two stories you need to know, Pooch. What do you got?
So we were just talking about dumb phones. Were you someone who actually grew up talking on the phone, like the landline? Do you remember?
Of course, yes. Even a rotary.
Yes, you'd have the phone and you have that long cord, and somehow you'd get tangled in it somehow because it could never be untangled.
And when you were talking to a cute girl, you'd be like twisting it around your hand, laying on the bed with your legs in the air.
While chewing gum and blowing bubbles.
Totes.
Totally. Well, that good old-fashioned landline is making a comeback for Gen Alpha, which, by the way, is the youngest generation right now. It's with a twist, though. So it's called Tin Can, okay? It's called Tin Can.
Right.
It mimics a landline. Here's how it works. It plugs into your home internet router. This is via Ethernet cord, which comes included, by the way, instead of a phone jack. And you can attach it to the wall in your kitchen or wherever. To use it, parents simply have to set up an app, so they get an app with it. It gives them full control in terms of who the kids can call, the numbers of other people who have tin cans as well, so that they have all of their numbers. Only those numbers and people who are maybe not part of Tin Can, they can also be a part of it. There's an extra charge, it's like $10 a month if you don't have the Tin Can phone, but you're just calling from another phone.
Right.
That way you can just recognize the numbers because there's no call display. And that means that kids are actually now also memorizing phone numbers. And
Like we did.
And there's another version. It's a Wi-Fi enabled option as well. So it connects to your home Wi-Fi and you don't need that Ethernet cord. So there's different ways to use it. In other words, it's convenient. It's easy. And, when it comes to like kids at first, this one parent said they tried it. They were on the phone for like all of 5 minutes. They didn't even really know what to do with it. It was really clunky. They're like, what is this? They're like, now the conversations are 30 minutes. And like the stuff they're talking about, like, how was your day at school? And
love it.
And they're so excited for other people to get tin cans. And it's sort of like this exclusive club now of people who are doing it. And there's so many fears around smartphones and at what age. Like, they know it's inevitable that they're going to get a smartphone, but maybe at this age where they're like 12, 13, you start them with a tin can.
Develop their language skills. I love the name because it brings back that nostalgia. We all, like, with our siblings or friends, made the tin can phones where you attach a string and talked into it. Like, that's so cool.
I love this.
It's great. You've got a story that's about throwback technology. Mine's sort of the opposite. Feels like it's in the future. Depending on how you feel about technology, this is either a sign of progress or a sign of the apocalypse.
Oh, no.
How about this? A McDonald's in China rolled out robots to serve meals and entertain customers.
Entertain customers?
Yeah.
What are they doing? The robot?
Yeah, the robot or them. They were greeting customers, delivering food. They look human enough. Some of them were even dressed in the classic McDonald's colors. One was wearing a chef hat. You can actually Google this. There's pictures out in video on social media if you want to see what it looks like. So this was a limited time thing. They were just there for 5 days as a new cross promotion with a science and technology museum. China is the world leader in automation, so it's no surprise they're the first to try this. This, by the way, comes as the Wall Street Journal recently reported that soon robots at Amazon are actually going to outnumber humans.
Oh, no.
So, Pooch, here's what I want to know. Would you order a Big Mac and fry, or in your case, what do you order from McDonald's?
I get a Big Mac without the meat,
Big
tomato
Mac without
instead.
the meat and fry from a robot.
No.
You wouldn't? No.
Well, first of all, what if robot drops my hot fudge sundae? Like, who am I?
Well, I mean, a human employee could do that too.
But at least there's somebody there to go and fix it. Now, I got to send the robot back. What do I do?
Spill it on their gears and then they start sparking.
There you go.
I give it 6 months till the robots unionize and start demanding mandatory oil breaks.
Plus, from everything I hear, because we got robots here in the GTA as well at certain restaurants, everything I hear is it's really slow. It's slow service. They cannot replicate what humans can do yet.
Not yet.
Yet.
In the meantime, I'll be in the break room lubing.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.